Good afternoon, good evening. My name is Kyle Gabhart of Equip Your Marriage, and it's time for another marriage tip. Today's tip: couples that dream together, stay together. Start a dream book or a bucket list today. This tip holds a special place in mine and my wife's heart because we did this as a part of our 3rd year anniversary, right on the cusp of our marriage renewal. It was a gift that I gave to my wife in the form of a dream book to help paint the picture that I had a desire for us to recapture the dreaming we used to do early in our marriage, that I wanted to set out on an adventure, capture her heart, and the two of us be swept up in it together. We encourage you to do the same with your mate. You set off years ago on an adventure. Maybe it was a couple of years ago. Maybe it was 20 years ago. But somewhere along the way, you lost sight of that adventure. You stopped dreaming. You stopped really experiencing life the way that you could. And that saps your strength and your energy as you get caught up in work and school and kids and just all of the stuff and the junk that fills our days. So what we encourage you to do is, as a couple, start dreaming together. The first step is to establish some goals. What do you want to do? What do you want to do as an individual? Share that with your spouse. Have things that you're both pursuing. It may be that there are certain places you both want to visit. Or even if one of you wants to visit and the other comes along on the journey, part of the dream book bucket list picture is to have some things that both of you want to do, some things that one of you wants to do, and to make sure that you have a good blend of all of that together. Maybe there's some new skills that you want to learn. Anything from gardening to carpentry, a foreign language, dance lessons, all of it's fair game. Something new that you can both experience together. In fact, there's a whole range of experiences that you could have. From snorkeling to skydiving, horseback riding, whatever the experience might be, included in the dream book. Projects are a great thing to include. Any sort of a volunteer project. Something locally in your community, something halfway around the world. It gets the two of you working together to make a difference in the world. The two of you giving back of your time and your talents and your energy, doing it as a team. Maybe it's even something as bold as starting a business. Now, there's a certain amount of stress that comes with that for sure, but doing it together makes all the difference. There could be events that you want to attend, the Olympics or the World Cup. Maybe it's a certain carnival, whatever it might be. Identify those things that you guys can set out as goals. And once you've established your goals, the next step is to actually put it into action. The way you do that is to put a real plan together. Now that we know what it is we want to do, what our bucket list or dream book consists of, put a realistic plan in place. What are the things you're going to need to do? Money that you need to save? Time that you need to set aside? Vacation you need to use? Maybe there's incremental steps that you need to take to work your way up. If your goal is to climb Everest, you might want to do a little hiking beforehand. Build up whatever it might be to get to the point that you can accomplish your goals. You might even go so far as to set certain milestones. A timetable for how you want to get there. Sky's the limit, but you need to put a realistic plan in place because otherwise, it's just a fantasy. Establish a shared set of goals, put a plan together, and then take some advice from our friends at Nike and just do it. Find some way also to capture this. Put it all together and make it real. And then each year, the two of you sit down every 6 months, once a year, what have you. But maybe on your anniversary, that could be a special way to do it. Sit down and explore, what have we done this year to work towards our dreams? What are we going to do next year to further our dreams? So for our 3rd anniversary, just a few weeks, 2 weeks really, after we had begun the renewal process in our own marriage, I presented Tammy with Kyle and Tammy's dream book. You probably can't see it, but it's embossed here. It's a nice leather-bound book. It's really designed as a photo album And what I did was included a letter at the beginning. After 3 years together, we are embarking upon a new chapter in our marriage, our family, and our respective walks with the Lord. Through this book, we will dream, plan, and chronicle our adventure together. And the way we chose to do it was on one side we would put whatever the dream was, on the other side we would put how we were going to experience that dream. So one that we just recently started the process of fulfilling is that we've always wanted to learn how to dance. So I've got a picture here of people going and dancing, and then how we actually did it was a place just right down here in Grapevine, Texas called Dance on the Vine, and we've started taking dance lessons together. And it's been such a blast. Really enjoyed it. Another dream that we've made progress on is that Tammy has always wanted to have her own business, specifically a bakery and catering business. And so we started that. Last year we opened up Sweet Mama's, and that's been a huge success and a lot of fun for us to do together. We've done catering events, we've shipped out cinnamon rolls all over the world, to Australia, to Germany, Canada, and it's been a blast. Things that we want to do, places we want to visit. We've got one coming up later this year. We're actually sending, the whole family is getting together, the 8 of us, and we're going to Disney World. Right? So it doesn't matter what it is. Whatever you happen to have as your dreams, you identify those goals, those shared goals, put the plan in place, and then ultimately just do it. Find some way to chronicle it or catalog it. It doesn't have to be as fancy as a dream book like that. It can just be a simple bucket list you create on the computer. The key is to do it together. Every year, sit down and talk about it. See what you've done and what you can do, and celebrate that success, and join in that adventure together. Thanks so much for your time. Remember, you can always find us on equipyourmarriage.com.